believe that 4 against Barcelona, 4 against Real Madrid. Eamon, explain yourself about tonight.
What would you like me to confess to first, Bill?
To be entirely wrong in your judgment about Real Madrid.
Yeah, I must say they folded in the second half really quickly, which was surprising. I think Pepe, we pointed out at the top of the top of the show, Pepe replacing Ramos in the centre of defence was a potential problem, but it doesn't explain it. I mean, you'd have to give credit to Dortmund. I would say seeing them at home against Malaga, when Malaga comfortably held them, and they scraped through with 2 goals in the last 3 minutes in injury time.
And one of them offside.
A very controversial goal. So they were unrecognisable in a way. I think they're hit and miss. They can be one thing or the other. Tonight, you know, they won the game after receiving a heavy blow just before half-time.
Yeah.
Madrid had back in the game, cheaply. Couldn't do it. So, my explanation is this, that there's trouble in the dressing room at Madrid, that the special one is over, and I was looking forward to seeing it at Wembley, and I'm going to have to listen now to the people who got it right.
Yeah, well, one of those who got it right was our senior analyst. John, you said you liked their attitude, and can I quote Jurgen Klopp, their manager? We want to play the kind of football, he said, that people remember. We've got something very special. They showed it tonight, didn't they?
Well, they did most of the time, Bill. I mean, they took the goals particularly well. But in the general play, in a lot of the general play, they weren't that good, but their attitude was good. I don't think they have quite got the players that the manager would want to fulfil his wishes of the way they should play. But because they're so positive, they're very, very good. They've got players with pace. They've got Lewandowski up front, taking his goals particularly well. So they've a lot going for them. But funny enough now, Bill, I wouldn't write Madrid off for the second leg.
Really?
No.
Even though they're
behind
by 3 goals?
Because I think Dortmund are all or nothing. And I think they can be, on a night like this, which Madrid did fold, and they played extremely well. And I think you could get an impression from this match that these are world beaters. You could see them in the next match or the previous match against Malaga, and they look very, very ordinary. I think in Madrid, I wouldn't write them off. I think they've got a huge advantage, obviously, going into it, but I certainly wouldn't write Madrid off on a certain night in Madrid.
Okay. No. You, at one stage in the course of the Champions League coverage, suggested we might have an all-German final.
Well, I thought
are you sticking to your guns, or do you take John's point?
No, I would say Bernabeu is still a very difficult place to go, and if you have Ronaldo on top form and that crowd, they got an early goal. But I think both German teams, what I've seen this season, is they've got loads of character, Bill. And I think conceding that goal just before half-time would have worried a lot of teams.
Indeed,
against a team like Real Madrid with the star factor, Ronaldo, Mourinho on the touchline. But they just went for it again, and they were just outstanding. Have some really top attacking players, and I just felt that Madrid don't defend well enough, and I don't think they'll be able to stop them from scoring in the Bernabeu either.
But well, as Adrian said, that was a humiliation for Barcelona, which begs the question, are they a busted flush?
Well, you wouldn't speak disrespectfully, Bill, about a team that's been so great as Barcelona. There have been signs against Milan. There were signs in Milan, and Messi dug them out of a hole in the Camp Nou. I watched them in the league last week. They struggled to win 1-0 against one of the teams, Levante, at the bottom of the table. I think they are fading fast.
Okay.
I think they're a tired team.
Tired? Too dependent on Messi?
Well, they've always been very, very dependent on Messi, Bill. And last night, Bayern Munich played very, very well and snuffed them out. And if you snuff Messi out, then you're going to snuff them all out. I think also losing Guardiola last year, great managers like him don't appear to be doing an awful lot until they're gone.
Yeah.
And when a new manager comes in who's not quite as good, then it's a gradual downhill ride. And I think that's what's happened to them. And like Eamon, I would agree. I'd say they're gone for the way we knew them. And there's going to have to changes there, whether it be a new manager or something else, Bill. But I think they look jaded, they look tired, as all teams do when the morale is down and the players are not playing as well as they
But having said all that, John, and let's look at